Minister Brother Bolo VNR, we in the space again. Andre Stevenson broke a story yesterday and got an update on it today, where he actually interviewed the people that was allegedly abused, these citizens from the UK. This is a shocking video for some. For others like myself that has become numb to watching videos of the police in Jamaica. Not all of them, but some of them that violate the rights of the citizens and also guests that come here. And in this case, this is a guest that they did not know is a guest. But should it even matter? The police should be operating in a certain way that it doesn't matter who actually Wagwan. Jerry, big up yourself in a bro. And hey Jerry, thank you for all your support in the comment section. And always, dropping a comment, even though it's the same comment, but I still appreciate you, my brother. Big up yourself. Alright. I appreciate you being consistent in the support of the platform. Alright. Respect. Ryan Campbell, same thing to you, my brother. Appreciate it. And for my ghost watchers out there, thank you for all my ghost watchers out there that continue to watch the platform and you're a bit afraid of commenting. It's not just me you watch. Someone will link me behind the scenes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the video.
So
let's look at this video.
Refresh your memory.
Please do,
of what happened today.
Let's go.
I know, but she's coming when you say. No, she not do that. You can drive to the station, you can drive behind me, we're driving to the station. We're not coming with you. She does not feel safe and she's a British citizen. She does not feel safe with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. Why 6 of you need to arrest her? Why 6 of you need to arrest her? She's not coming out.
Step from the vehicle. Step from the vehicle.
You know, so this guy is you see this police.
No,
she not business. She not business. She doesn't care. You have a problem with the driver. You have a problem with the driver and you're taking it out of me.
Pay attention to that. That is a very significant statement right there. Trust me. It's going to come in handy. Listen.
You're taking it on me. Why are you taking it on? Because I'm in the front. I don't know the driver. So if you got a problem with him, I don't know him.
Miss Natalie, the last time, step on the motor vehicle.
What are you going to do if you tell her last time? What are you going to do? Man on glass? I'm talking to her. I'm not talking to you. Because right now I feel threatened.
Miss, take care of them, please.
No, I'm not going to feel. Lick it from my hand. Lick it from my hand then. Because he's videoing me. You're not saying about that, but you're saying about me.
No, I'm confused. Isn't it the right of the citizen to video? Where them training? Where them get them training from? Kevin Blake. Where them police I get them training from? Kevin Blake. Commissioner of Police Horace Chang, Andrew Onis. Where them police I get them training from? Them don't know the law. It is your right. You can't video. Nothing they will say you can't video in a public space. That's the first thing. So now she's getting angry over the person videoing. This situation is already out of whack. But let's continue.
Awesome. Disgusting. Don't speak to her that way as a female, a fucking idiot.
So one person said you're an effing idiot and everybody's getting arrested. Do you guys notice that? At this point, all they were interested in is the girl, that's standing right there, And because her family is defending that, she's a British citizen. We don't trust you. We have seen videos of police and what they do to Jamaicans. You guys are not taking her anywhere. You haven't told us what you're charging her for. What is going on? You understand? I want to hear from you, the Jamaican citizens. Even the most biased police, if you know the law and your own operations, is this the way how things are supposed to go? Educate me. I am ignorant of the law. I need a police officer in my comment section to educate me. Me want Kevin Blake to come out and put him signature on this incident and educate me, educate Jamaica on if this was the right mode of operandi based off the video. I really want them to do that. Right? Exactly. All of this happened after the Prime Minister wear blue. Not only did he wear blue in Lensworth, he doubled down the other day at a function. He said that the people that were standing with the JFJ, right? You know, I don't want to tell any lies on him. I won't find the video. Let's continue.
You can't have that in my youth. You can't have that in my youth. Hey, the fuck we are doing?
And look at what.
Because there's a big part of them. If you are ignorant, I want to live for my youth. How are they coming from? Now, boy, them on me. How are they doing? Why are they chuck down the woman for the certain thing on the handcuff on him. What you watch? A British citizen them. A British citizen them.
I just want to ask one question. Does this look like the police have the situation under control? Does this look like a situation that the police is maintaining the peace? Or are the actions of the police a while ago? What has happened? Hasn't the situation escalated? Do you hear the crowd? Do you feel the energy from the noises around?
Watch him going for water. Where you go for water for? After you done fuck up people. Eh? An English citizen them in fuck. You have to lose your way, pussy. Tell you that. You have to lose your way. You tell man that's not for you. You want to go on you like you want to come up with yourself. But they have to go down. An English citizen them in fuck. You think? They got it. Then the police are got it. Because you're in chuck a human for the phenomenon, say my way I do, and the man just pop out the signal and start spray. At the right side, I can't. Go on and fuck them up, man. They have to look at what they do. Fuck, they them a go out. Yeah, I got that. Oh, yes, sir. Hold on, give me that. You know, just because I say that code, man. You know, I go out there, you know, the car can man. And for woman them for no reason. You know, create up people in the eye, in the eye. Because they don't know say man spray and the eye, walking spray straight in the eye.
Jamaica, I'm going to bring in the ladies now for them to share with us today what really happened.
So people, based off of that, what do you think so far? Listen to this, the ladies that are coming in now.
Good afternoon.
We have Nikki and we have Stacy. Come and record this now.
Hi. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I've showed 2 videos just now that you sent me. Can you explain to the public today what really happened?
Okay, I'm going to start first. My name is Stacey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the one that's wearing the bikini cover-up.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, on Thursday, May 1st, Firstly, I came to Jamaica to celebrate my 37th birthday. Okay. I brought my son, which is also a UK national, and I brought my best friend that's on the call with me as well. She's also a British citizen. I came to Jamaica for my birthday, and pretty much we've been here now 2 weeks. On the 1st of May, I had a family get together to celebrate my birthday. So we went to a river in White River, Otrius, and we were there. And obviously, I needed to get some cash to give to some people just for tips and stuff, because they helped me out for, to set up whatever. So we left the venue and just went to a cash point about 2 minutes down the road, but that cash machine wasn't working. It wasn't working. I had a driver, a personal driver, because I don't drink. If I'm gonna have a few, alcohol beverage, I don't want to drink. So I had a driver that was driving us around.
Drive, so you have somebody drive for you.
Yes, a local driver. Yes. So initially the cash machine it wasn't working, so we ended up in Otrius town. Okay. While we were in Otrius town on our way to the ATM, we saw a police officer drive on a motorbike and drive the car down and told the driver, pull over now. Like, he told him pull over. It's not like he was in the road and he put his hands up and stopped. He drove us down. Okay, pull us over. So he pulled us over and he asked for the documents, and the driver gave it to him. Basically, the driver explained that he doesn't have a driver's license on him.
The driver explained you're going in and out.
Yeah, so the driver explained to him that the car that the driver was actually driving is not his car. It's my vehicle that I've rented in Jamaica. Okay. So the driver was explaining to the police that the vehicle is not his. However, it is for the lady that's sitting in the front, but he's just driving her around. He presented his driver's license on his mobile phone, but to be honest, Andre, at the beginning of their encounter, it seemed a bit personal, because the police officer knew the driver, and as apparently, factually speaking, they have been in court before for a ticket, for motor vehicle ticketing. Okay, so they knew each other.
They had a personal beef before this.
Correct. So anyways, the driver complied. He gave the driver's license on his phone to him. He drove off with the driver's phone and spoke abruptly, followed us back down the town. He's like, come back, turn back the car and come down here. So the incident didn't really happen where he actually stopped us. Because remember, as I said, he drove us down. So he went back to where he initially drove from. And we had to do a U-turn and meet him there. So the driver U-turned because at this point he drove off with the driver's phone. Okay. So we U-turned and the driver parked up on the left-hand side of the road.
Yes.
By a gas station where the incident happened, and they walked across the road, like very further away from us, into a corner by a juiceries. The driver was there for quite some time, so for me, I felt bad because I'm like, I hope he's fine and I hope he's okay. So I got out of the vehicle and I walked across. And bear in mind, Andre, I wasn't dressed to be in Ochi town. The way I was dressed.
From the river.
I'm coming from the river. I wasn't expecting to be in Ochi with all of this commotion. So I just went over to them and said, is everything okay? By the time I went over there, the ticket was already printed. He gave it to the driver and he said to the driver, got caught, and this is what he said, got caught and plead not guilty on this one. He said that to the driver and he gave him the ticket. So I took the ticket from the driver and I said, like you say, come on, it's fine, I'll pay for it. I took the ticket from him and I said, I'll pay for it.
Yeah.
So walking back to the vehicle now, it's just upsetting because I'm like cursing. I'm like, it's my birthday, I don't need this problems. I'm cursing on the way to, when I got to the car, I'm like, this is my birthday, I don't need this, I'm just cursing a little bit. We got into the vehicle, ready to proceed back on our way. I'm already in the passenger seat, as you can see from the video. He drove all the way back over to us and started pointing on the vehicle and screaming, like pointing and said, come out the vehicle. This is before any video recording started. So I thought that this was he was talking to the driver. So he came around to my side now and he started, you come out the vehicle now, you're under arrest. I was like, I'm under arrest? He said, yes, you are under arrest. I said, under arrest for what? What have I done? Andre, up until today, he has not told me what he's arresting me for. He kept saying, come out of the vehicle. I said, I don't feel safe coming out of the vehicle.
Already issued the ticket and then come back after now to tell you.
Yes, correct. So everyone started to intervene that was in the car, saying, why are you arresting her? What have we done?
That's when I got out of the vehicle and I started to record him. And then he was being very rude to me, come out of my face, this, that, and the other. And I was very calm with him. I didn't raise my voice to him not once. I was very calm. I said, why are you arresting her? Why are you arresting her? He cannot tell us why. I didn't raise my voice once. As you can see from the video, I'm the one with the long ponytail, the blonde ponytail. With the cup. Yeah.
So
that he's going to arrest you and don't tell you the reason.
Still now, we don't know why.
So at that point, I refused to get out of the passenger side because I'm not coming out of no car to no Jamaican police. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. At that point, I didn't feel safe to come out of the car, and you're not telling me why I need to come out of the vehicle, So he basically picked up his cell phone and he called somebody, and that's when the female officer came onto the scene.
Yes.
And I said, okay, she's a female officer, maybe I can speak to her. And she didn't come and say what's happened. She basically came to the vehicle and she said, "Lady, come out of the vehicle and like walk with me to the station." I said, "Excuse me, I'm not walking to the station with you. First of all, I'm not even dressed appropriately to be walking through Ultra-Race town like this." Right? And yeah, they insisted I come out of the vehicle. At one point now, Andre, you can see that I came out of the vehicle and was speaking to the officer, the lady officer, and at one point you could hear me saying, "No, I was trying not to comply." So basically, because they insisted that I needed to walk with them. And as you can hear in the back, my cousin was asking, why can't we drive behind them to the station? You know, we weren't refusing to go. We weren't refusing to go. We just didn't want to walk with them. And basically, as I said, I wanted to get my bag with my driver's license and my passport that was left in the car. If you want me to walk with you, I need to walk with my documents.
Yes.
That's when he slammed me against the car.
He slammed you against the car.
Yeah, as you can see in the video, he pushed me and then he pepper sprayed me.
Wow.
And then he pushed my friend and he pushed my friend that's on the pool and pepper sprayed everyone. All of us were pepper sprayed. And the reason why I don't want to come on this
Embarrassing. He needs some milk.
Like, I don't want to show my face, but the medical evidence is there.
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, if this is true, if the police them a deal with a British national like this, we're not safe. Me and you not safe. We're in trouble. We are in trouble. People, best advice we can give: stay away from the police in Jamaica as much as you can. Now, a few things I want recorded. One, this is going to affect tourism. Not just the US travel advisory. We might get to the Haitian level travel advisory before Andrew Onis called the election. At this pace, with the police fighting gangs in Jamaica and adamant that what they are doing and the way they are doing it is not unconstitutional, you know, we might just reach the level of Haiti. Now, England is a funny thing. Andrew is a Privy Council member. You know, how England will react to this? I'm going to watch and see. Next thing, the police in Jamaica, unfortunately, is with these situations making a greater case for the call for body-worn cameras. Because what the young lady is saying is that she didn't feel safe. The young man and the police seem to have some history, allegedly, that they went to court before, to the point where the police said, "Oh, you think about it? Get out of this ticket." So it appeared as if it was a vendetta. Now, ladies and gentlemen, have you guys been a victim of vendettas by the police, the traffic police, where you went to court and you won the case and they keep targeting you? Have you been a victim of that? Let me know in the comment section. I'm not a driver, so I wouldn't know. But I'm just saying, this is what the man is saying. So it seems personal. The girl was cursing going back to the car because she was upset it's her birthday, which I don't know about anybody else, but that is understandable. Yes. Did it warrant the police to come and arrest her? Was that the reason why he came and arrested her? It appears to be that's the reason why, but we would love to hear from him. Why the reason him get him a ticket and then come over to the car and arrest the girl. Very interesting stuff. Let's continue.
So, Nikki, what did you do after this?
After what?
After all of this pepper spray you all?
I was just crying. I just couldn't believe it happened. He handcuffed me whilst whilst after he pepper sprayed me, handcuffed me. And I was just screaming at him. I said, "Why did you do this? We are females. We are free females. What are you doing? What are you doing?" The man was completely silent. He wouldn't say nothing. He even went over in one corner and went and got us some water and tried to put water in my face. And I'm telling him to come out of my face and I want no water from him. He's disgusting. He should not be a police officer. End of. He should not be on the street. Pardon, sorry?
His name is Ricardo Cole, and apparently is I don't want to give misinformation, but apparently he's been removed off duty pending an investigation. His name is Ricardo Cole.
1 second.
Ricardo Cole.
Yes.
1 second, Andre. My mother would like to say something to you.
Sure.
Right, my parents come from Jamaica, and I am a British citizen myself. And what I have seen is so disgusting, so disgusting. You know,
Repeat that, madam.
I've always taught my children, all of my children, to be courteous to anybody, and they always have been. And to see this man doing it to my daughter and treating her like a piece of shit, I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all.
Yeah.
It's absolutely disgusting. I've been to Jamaica a few times, but when I do go to Jamaica, I must admit, I go to resorts and everything else where it's all closed in and everything else.
Are you a low-skilled worker looking to immigrate to Canada? Look no further. This video will discuss the top 5 Canadian immigration programs.
Yes.
I'm not happy. I'm not happy of what happened to her because she's been to a few countries and she's been to Jamaica a few times and she's had no trouble whatsoever. And for this to happen, she has not been in trouble once with the police.
Andre?
So for this to happen, I'm not happy.
Andre, Sonia, sorry to cut you off, but Andre, I could have chosen to go anywhere in the world for my birthday. Okay?
Yeah.
I could have chosen any destination. It didn't have to be Jamaica. We spend a lot of money to come here. Loads of money. I can tell you, I spent probably over $2 million Jamaican in or more. That's from myself, not to mention Nicola. Okay, we got a lot of money in this country, and what I'm upset about, Andre, is that the fact if we were white British nationals, he wouldn't have sprayed us in the town. He wouldn't. He wouldn't. If we were white British nationals, he would not take that chance in doing that. I'm telling you. I am telling you that now, and that's what's upset me, because the fact that I could have gone somewhere else. Last year I went to Spain for my birthday. I did not have any trouble. Like, why do I have to come to this country and then feel like, you know, to encounter police abusing me on my birthday? That was my birthday.
Your birthday.
It was her birthday.
And not to mention how they treat us when we got to the station. That's another incident. Okay.
How did they treat you at the station?
When we got to the station, they basically didn't allow us to speak. It's like we were in a complete war zone. They wouldn't allow us to speak. They were like, sit on the bench. You're not in England. Sit on the bench. This is how they were speaking to us.
The officer, sorry, Stace, the officer Ricardo Cole. I went to go get water out of the car. He's there with his other colleagues, laughing. Oh, you should have seen how them start ball when we spray them. He's thinking I don't understand what he's saying.
Oh, so he was in the Jamaican patois.
Yes.
What he did to you,
yes. And he thinks say that I don't know what I can't understand him.
So when you hear that, now the lady has said the police, this is allegedly the police are talking at Jamaican and things that she don't understand. Hey, and she's saying that he's making a mockery of them when he sprayed them with the pepper spray. Man, I'm trying to tell you, this is a disaster. This is man, if what they are saying is true and can be proven in court, man, this is a disaster. You hear me? Huh.
So after they did this, they were laughing at you, ladies.
Yes.
Andre, I want to tell you how corrupt the system is. When they brought us to the police station, they told us, they wouldn't tell us why we were getting arrested. They didn't explain nothing to us.
You're going out.
Yeah, when we got to the station, you would have expected for someone to at least have the decency to explain to us why we're at the station, okay? Why are we there? Nobody, they just treat us like some criminals, like we just killed somebody. That's how they treat us. They treat us like we just robbed a bank. They treat us like...
So what you're saying is, although it was a traffic stop, although the situation was what was, you would think that you had the feeling that you were somebody that was a criminal. So basically the Jamaican police does not discriminate. They see everybody as a criminal. Allegedly. Apparently, it appears. It seems as if. It's like they are in we're fighting the gangs mode, and they cannot differentiate between minimal situations and major situations. Boy, that's a damn shame, boy. That is a damn shame.
Police utter criminals. Okay, they told us to sit on a bench, and we weren't allowed to speak. I heard them saying, "Get the patrol car ready. We're sending them to Discovery Bay." I guess Discovery Bay is a female prison. I don't know what it is, but that was their initial motive, is to put us in a jail cell that night. Okay, let me tell you where it turns. It turned when they basically asked us for the documents. They asked us for our documents, and they saw the British passports. Now I think they got flustered. Like, what did they think? They thought that we were Jamaican. I don't know. I just don't understand.
I don't think they knew that we were British.
So when they find the identity now,
Yes.
that is when them start up shuffle.
Yes, absolutely.
That's when they want to see the video evidence. That's when they want to allow me to go to the car and get water.
Yes.
That's when they want to allow me to go and have a cigarette outside.
But what I'm trying to say,
The women behind the desk all want to offer me.
No.
What they were offering you?
Yes, crackers and cheese.
Emotional damage. What can go so?
But listen me. Big up the government. Respect. But you see me? The truth is just the truth. I have to respect it. Our country now run right. Our country now run right. All
Also, when they find out there is a British citizen now, the dispensation and the attitude change.
Very much so.
To the point where you get crackers and cheese.
Yep.
So they never offer you no tea.
Yeah.
Embarrassing.
No. They never offer you none of the tea. You want copy?
No.
They didn't offer. But Andre, I just want to say that let me tell you where after the incident and after we went back home and everything, and everyone was talking, and including the driver. What's happened is he had a personal issue with the driver. Okay, that's number one.
So Constable Cole have a personal issue with the driver.
Personal issue. I don't know what it is, and that's why I keep saying in the video I do not know the driver. So what's happened is that he basically when I took the ticket from him. And again, apparently they wanted money, and we just wanted a ticket, okay?
They wanted money.
Yeah, so they wanted money, but we took the ticket calmly and walked off, and I said, I'll pay it. Like, it's nothing for me to pay the ticket, okay? So when I basically said that, and we walked off very calmly, I think that really upset them. I think that really triggered them, because they didn't get any money, and at that point, he must have thought that I'm the driver's woman or something, because he didn't get the reaction out of the driver that he wanted to get, so he could have escalated the matter, because we complied in everything that he asked us to comply with. I got back to the car, and that's why I'm surprised he was trying to come for me.
Yeah, because we were very shocked. We thought he was calling the driver out of the car again. We didn't understand how we got to Stacey.
Yes, he thought that maybe he was trying to. He probably was assuming that.
Yeah, you're going to
He probably was assuming me and the driver was together, and with him harassing me, the driver would get irate, and then that would be a way of him to do the driver something. That's the only way I can see it, because I don't know how that came to me. I really don't know how his aggression came towards me, because I was sitting in the front seat.
My God.
When we got to the station now, yes, as I said, they wanted to charge us, and he was basically calling out all the charges to his colleague. We don't have a paper that shows us what we have been charged with.
Yeah.
We don't have anything to show us what we have.
So they verbally told them what they were charged with, but they don't have a paper to say what they were charged with. Again, I'm not a police. I don't, what is the standard procedure? Do you get a copy of the report? I don't know. Is it a case where the lawyer is the one that gets the report? I mean, in the United States, like, all right, so when you're watching movies, right? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. When you're watching movies, freeze, you're under arrest for such and such and such. You have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. Isn't that like standard globally? Isn't that like the standard procedure globally? Aren't you at least supposed to tell them? Now, this situation is bad because it seems personal. And if the lawyer can make the argument that indeed it is personal, it's a double whammy. Because now you're going to talk about intent, right? From the police officer, which at the least was one, unprofessional and outside of its mandate of what they actually supposed to do in that type of situation. If you give somebody a ticket and then they move off, they talking amongst themselves and they cursing. I mean, I'm just saying, based on what the girl said, like, if what she's saying is true, man, this is bad, bro. And, you know, just to move forward with it, she did say that they're going to the BBC. So the BBC, Sky News, all of those entities outside of Jamaica globally, you're talking about a whole different niche. You're talking about England and every UK and every single country that is attached to that media stream is going to know about this in Jamaica. This is going to be one of the top stories in Jamaica. While Africa has Ibrahim Choi uniting real leadership, we have leadership like this out here in Jamaica. Man, this is embarrassing, bro. And I'm gonna find 2 clips for you guys to solidify why this is happening. But let's listen.
Have actually been charged with. But after the fact that they've seen our documents and they saw British national, they want to ask us if we have anyone to bail us. So we had to get someone to bail us. And yeah, pretty much they were running around to get us bail.
Every time I go away from this, it goes to an address.
So what? So how long you stayed in the police lockup for?
We weren't even in a lockup, to be honest. We were just on a bench. We were on a
just
bench
in the office.
I said, like, as I said, Andre, I've got family in Jamaica.
They never got locked
so
up. Wow.
I even asked him, could I get someone to bring me some clothes? Andre, if you see how I was dressed, I'll dress for a beat. I felt very uncomfortable. I was in that police station with bare policemen walking up and down, and I'm pretty much dressed in a bikini thong with a cover up. And I said to a female officer, can I get someone to bring me some clothes? She said, this is how they brought you here. This is how you have to stay here.
No level of dignity. This is how you came here and this is how you're going to stay here.
Yes, that's what she said. And yeah, she wouldn't allow anyone to bring clothes to me. It's absolutely disgusting.
And Stacey, they was drinking in there too.
Yeah, they were drinking.
They were drinking liquor in there.
Police were drinking?
Of course they were.
Man.
In the station.
I saw it with my own
Alcohol.
eyes.
Oh, this is bad.
Drinking in the police station?
Yes.
Embarrassing. We need some milk.
Andre, we sat in the police station.
You're going in and out.
We were sitting in that police station for over 4 hours. We've seen a lot. We've seen a lot coming in and out of the police station. It's the Ulterior's police station. Okay. We see how police officers speak to citizens of Jamaica. I've actually seen a police officer use derogatory words to a citizen that came inside the police station to report something. However, if you go into the station and if that was the other way around, they would have beat him and arrested him. I don't know what they would have done. Why are they allowed to speak to people like that? And if it was the other way around, because I've seen it with my own 2 eyes, it's not something I've heard. I've seen how they've treated, Jamaican nationals coming in to report something and the way they speak to them.
So you're saying firsthand you have witnessed the kind of toxic policing that the police put towards citizens of Jamaica?
Absolutely disgusting. And I just want to add as well, when he pepper sprayed me, I wasn't expecting pepper spray. Obviously not. Why would I be expecting someone to pepper spray me when I wasn't doing anything wrong? So when he pepper sprayed me, it was in close proximity of my face. Yes. So it went straight in my eyes. I think I got it the worst because he did it to me first. And then everyone else dispersed. And then he kept doing it to the others. But he did it directly into my face. So I ran out in the road because it was on the main road. And there was a gentleman that ran to grab me out of the road. And one of the policemen, he take out the baton and flash it on the floor and lick it on the floor, ready to beat the man. You can hear him saying it in the video.
Right.
Ball out! Whoa, yo, yo, yo. We need help, Jesus.
God. So somebody came to assist you.
Yeah.
And the police got his back and ready to beat that
Yeah.
man.
He said it, if you watch the video again, you can hear him saying it. Yes.
Wow.
And you can see our backs are turned to him, and he's still spraying us. Why are you still spraying us with a pepper
So
spray?
Andre, as I would consider, obviously we are tourists. Why should we come here and spend our money here? Why should we come here? Because first of all, England flight is not cheap. It can cost us over 400,000 Jamaican dollars or more for a plane ticket.
$400,000 to come England to Jamaica.
And that's a cheap ticket. And that's a cheap ticket, Andre.
What can go so? Emotional damage.
Something not right, my wisdom warriors. Something is not right. Tell about them.
People, listen to me. And listen to me good. Let me show you what I talk about in terms of the rhetoric from the Prime Minister. This is the mode that the police are in Jamaica. Just listen to this.
A global consensus that will create a global war on gangs, that will treat with them in the same way that international effort was mobilized in creating standardized legislation across jurisdiction, dealing with finances of gangs, but coordinating how exceptional and emergency powers are used to deal with these criminals who hide under the protection of being citizens.
So they're coordinating state of emergencies exceptionally to deal with criminals that hide behind the protection of being a citizen. You guys can rewind that and play that and tell me what does he mean by that? What do you get from it? I've already expressed how many times what I get from it. All right, let's go to the next clip. Listen to this.
I mean, I said to the people, if you don't know, when a pitney involved in a gun, carry them into the police, you know. If you don't know, on the children name them on the list, because the man literally used the PhD and write. Him use Jamaica as a guinea pig for him PhD, you know. The man used, him confirm it. He said his recent PhD has taught him how to deal with the gun crime in Jamaica. Me not think you hear what I Me not think you hear what I just said, Courtney. The man used the murdering of Jamaican people as his thesis. The man, listen to what him say. Listen to what him say about listen to what him say about criminal and dead are. Listen to what him say, Jamaica. Listen to this.
I want that message to go out to every little shotter, every little gunman, every little Don who thinks that he is anonymous or that communities are going to hide him. Forget it. You think you're going to go across the border and flee to the US? No, we have made very strong strategic relations with our partners internationally. We will find you wherever you are. So we are not going to relent. We're going to continue to push, and we're going to drive this murder rate right below the regional average.
The comments from the Prime Minister follow public outcry about an increase in killings by the security forces.
And those people who are only concerned about the criminals and not the victims, we are not going to allow you to win. We're going to push hard. But we are very mindful that the brand of Jamaica cannot be associated with extrajudicial or unlawful killings.
Dr. Holdes was speaking recently at a fundraising event for a scholarship program in East Central St.
So, ladies and gentlemen.
Fundraising event, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen. You heard the man. You know, what is going to be interesting is, for me, is when the investigations about the SSL money and all the other alleged corruption that this government might or might not be involved in, and who might not be involved in it. You know, because you see the way how the Prime Minister speaks, he doesn't, you know, the criminals them, listen, you hear what Andre said? Andre said, listen, go ahead, send in your youth if you know some have no history and him have no problem with police and name the panelists or whatever. Carry me. Because when them come for you, it appears that you will not be alive, you'll be in a body bag. This is the sentiment, this is the feeling that the police is giving. So they are ruling with an iron fist and with fear, and not only with fear, but action as well that suggests that they are allegedly taking people out. The commissioner of police said there's not enough space in the prison, or as Chang said, the police should shoot to unalive, not shoot to injure, shoot to unalive. The Prime Minister has worn blue against the Jamaicans for Justice. There's an individual that came on TVJ today. I will not play it over again because it's going to upset me. He's definitely not a human rights person. He's definitely against human rights. He's one of them that sees criminals as not human. So therefore, whatever the police do to them, he is cool with. And this is the posture that I am seeing from the Jamaica government. Now it has spilled over. This energy by the police has spilled over, where they don't know the difference between hardcore criminals and a traffic stop situation, and not all police, just some of them. And it appears to me that Brand Jamaica is now going to be affected on a global scale, and there's absolutely nothing, no kind of PR that Andrew Honest does, or his government, with the little time that they have left in government, that can fix this. As a matter of fact, based off prophetic word of Pastor Peter Chambers, oh, I know they hate to hear his name, but based off the prophetic word of Pastor Peter Chambers, this is going to get worse. The veil is lifting. All right? Whoever is in the police force, according to the pastor, that is a part of Andrew Wallace, whatever, in that territory, anybody that is aligned with Andrew Wallace, pretty much is going down. Thus saith the Lord, not my word. I don't know who these people are. I'm just saying, this is what the pastor, the prophet, Pastor Peter Chambers said, and I can prove it because I have a lot of videos that I reacted to, which is why I know what I'm saying is true. He said this within her territory, within the police force. He spoke about the police force specifically. Yes, he even went as far as to say some of them will go to sleep and not wake up. Thus saith the Lord, not my word. And what I'm saying is, this energy, this seed that has been planted within the police force, this energy is spilling over. And we see now where UK nationals are allegedly being abused in the street by police. What was so hard about, you know, taking the young lady, make them drive to the police station, and you follow in front and behind them? What What? You know the driver allegedly. So you have him information. You don't ticket him already. Where is he going to run to? Nowhere. See they bring them, brother. Make them carry to the police. You want the girl to walk? The girl was half naked, if not naked. Very uncomfortable. Why? I mean, I don't. Who trained these guys, man? Because it's like you go to school and you learn because they tell us, oh, they're well trained and modernized. What is modern about this? She was in the police station and she said that she asked if she could get clothes. Them said, no, you have to stay half naked same way. Were they gonna lock her up half naked? Listen. Yo, I'm trying to tell you. This situation is going to affect their golden goose. Thus the thumbnail I made. Tourism is going to get a heavy hit. Mark my words. And they're playing it now like it isn't already. And you know what is going to happen as well? The prophetic word of another apostle is going to come to pass. Because there's going to be major industrial eruptions. And the tourism is one of those eruptions. Trust me, folks. The year is not even halfway there yet. And the way how these guys are going, I mean, hey, I mean, between now and September, it's going to be a year within itself. The days are going to be long. The days are going to be long, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Now, for time purposes, I'm not going to go over any more of the video. I pretty much kind of summarize most of the stuff that I already heard from her in this reaction. They weren't given a charge. They are going to sue. They're looking to get a King's Counsel. The police force says that they have to come to Jamaica for the case. Andre is advising them that they should get a lawyer out here. I believe Isaac will be the one. And hey, again, another nail in the coffin of the Andrew Willis administration. I'm just saying. This is the same police force that he is standing 100% behind no matter what they do. And will not come out publicly and say, yo, this cannot happen. Alright? They will not come out publicly and say, if this is true, we condemn this action. They don't have the balls, the cahoots to do something like that. And if they do, I'm gonna send the video to me analyze it. Because I'll be looking. I will be looking for a video. I'll be looking for a response. Are they gonna play like it never happened? Man, I cannot wait for this story to develop. You hear me? I cannot wait because change needs to happen. These are the types of things that make change happen. Long overdue change. We cannot continue like this where we have a government, a leader, a minister of security, a commissioner, and whoever that next person is that came on TVJ that is a criminal talking about is Jamaica. What was the title? What was the title? Man, that dude really pissed me the hell off. Right? He was one of them that was trying to label the JFJ as a criminal organization. The man said, Jamaica, the land of crime and violence. Right? Listen to this dude.
Into existence. It exists. So I can understand if you're protesting a ruling that they made that perhaps was not being followed. And even if it is not being followed, it's not their it's not their remit to say that it must be followed. There's a higher office that determines if prosecutions are going to happen. You're just picking out a figure and saying it's too high. Well, what's the magic number? You have a group of people able to kill 1,000 people a year, every year since the year 2000, and you've equipped a group to fight this group, to engage them, to stop them from killing 1,000 people a year, then what is the magic number of police shootings that is okay for you? Because 0 is not realistic.
I don't know if there's a magic number, but usually we work on year over year and we look at baseline and increase.
But that's naive. Because operations determine, police operations are what determines contact. Contact determines the combat. And when you have that is when persons get hurt or killed, you know. You're going to have to see the more police operations you have, you're trying to get to guys with all these rifles and guns, you're going to have more combat. And then at that point in time, then you're going to find persons being hurt or killed. It's unavoidable if you're going to engage this group. You can take another alternative and budget and negotiate with them for rights of government, because that's where Haiti is going now. And that's where we could go. So when we, as the good people of the country, are fighting this small subset called the gangs, and then among us, a group of good people come out and protest without a tangible issue other than just a number, then it is...
The man said that it's not a tangible issue. He doesn't see the criminals as human beings. He's no different from the criminals, because he has a total disregard for life. Because they are criminals, he doesn't regard their lives. That is what he's saying, you know. The man says it's just a number. The 108 Jamaicans that they unalive is just a number. So because the criminals are able to unalive thousands of people over some years, your idea is an eye for an eye. You ever hear them say if you go with the eye for eye, then nobody's gonna have any eyes left? So you claim that you guys are winning this battle of the police versus the criminals. Are you? Are you really? Where are the real criminals? Are you getting to the root cause of the problem? How are these criminals funded? Are you locking up anybody in the government? Are you investigating anybody in the government? Kevin Blake? Are you guys investigating people that say, oh, I am the only Don? Isn't that Don supposed to be the leader of a gang? And if you're fighting gangs, then if a member of parliament or MP should say that they are the Don, then what does that suggest? Are you guys approaching them with the same fervor? The persons responsible for or involved in transnational crime, are you guys getting to the root cause or the roots of that? Commissioner of Police, Horace Chang, Mr. WikiLeaks. Very interesting.
It is in effect almost collaborating with them.
So he's saying that, I want you guys to look at this dude. He's saying that the JFJ is collaborating with the criminals. I am so done.
In your article, you got very heavy. I mean, you mentioned Nazi Germany, you mentioned South Africa's apartheid. What are you trying to say to Jamaica here?
What you must understand is context. You're looking at environments with incredibly negative forces that existed. Apartheid, South Africa, Nazi Germany. These are groups that went into other person's environment and did extremely...
Yo, see, this man wants to put a band-aid on a sore by unaliving who is already deemed as criminals. But then, if you don't catch the real criminals, which is the brain and the body that produce the criminals, then you're going to end up with the same problem. When you think so you kill all of them out, the cancer, they multiply like gremlin. That's not how you fight crime, sir. That's not a tangible way to fight crime or fight gangs. You understand? Nah, bro, that's not how you do it. Not how you do it. You have to get to the root cause.
Negative things, brutal things. And then within those groups, those countries that they went in, there were persons within that country that supported, that openly supported them and empowered them. So it is just showing you the relationship between, and it was really a thing to say, I don't understand how this group in Poland.
Nobody in the JFJ is empowering any criminal. The way how you guys are operating, hey, they have no power. The government is behind you. Minister of Security is behind you. The opposition is taking is supporting the police while saying we're body worn cameras, and I don't understand why that's an issue. I'm still confused. But back to the case of these two young ladies, because I don't want to go too far. RJ, big up. The point of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, that what we're witnessing here is the police force has turned from a caterpillar into a dark butterfly. You understand? And you know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It is what it is.
You're getting pepper sprayed. You don't know what's happening.
Still go over there, but I'm not too sure at the moment because she's a bit traumatized at the moment. She just came home and she just cried and kept crying.
As soon as I saw my mum, I burst into the door and I just
You know, she just burst into tears and she was crying.
My God.
And it's bad. It's bad. You don't expect this from police. They're supposed to look after you.
They don't show.
They're not supposed to do all this stuff.
So on the international level, she's saying that the police is supposed to look after you as a citizen. Well, I believe so too. We're the ones paying them. Our tax dollars is what's paying them. They are called public servants. However, in Jamaica, down is up and up is down. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what y'all think in the comments section.